begin. Let us start. It says we're live. I'm feeling like I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm living. Am I alive? Hello, everybody. Beep, 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 beep. Somebody tell me if I'm on. Okay. Hi, everybody. This is Mike Meyers, and welcome to the Monday edition of the Mike Meyers live stream, Ask Mike Anything. Sorry, I got to type something real quick here. Okay, there we go. Anyway, folks, so hi, my name is Mike Meyers. I'm hoping you knew that if you got here onto my YouTube live stream channel. The goal of this live stream is to allow those of us who are isolated by the coronavirus an opportunity to continue our studies. If we concentrate on CompTIA, A+, Net+, Security+, but we can certainly go outside of those on an as-needed basis. And that's what we're here for, is you ask me questions and I answer them. How's that for easy? That's great. I love it. What do we have going on here? I want to go slow here for a little bit and until we get some more people showing up. I always have a problem with people getting here right on time. Yeah, we do have a new location, guys. This is temporary. What you're seeing right here is going to last for today and Wednesday, and then we're going to have something nicer. I basically decided to move back into the office, and so the place I really want to work is a little busy today. We can't work in there, so I just had them set me up in a little office, and we should be in good shape here. Pardon the little bit of beeping and honking in the background. That's just how it happens sometimes. So anyway, we don't have any major topics today. So I'm here to answer your questions. We start here at 2 o'clock Central Daylight Time, and we go till 3 o'clock or until the questions run out. So sometimes we have shorter ones, sometimes we have longer ones. Do keep in mind, we are giving away free practice questions and a free CompTIA voucher here today on this channel. So stick around for that as well. Brent Peterson at 2:01 p.m. Anytime you see me looking over like this, folks, I'm just looking over into the chat window. One of the things you might want to consider doing, especially during our competitions, is change that top chat to a live chat, and you'll just beat the algorithm with that. I've got to check a couple of things here. Getting ready for fun questions. Oh, it worked. My gosh. Okay. So I'm going to queue up some practice questions for the giveaways. They're not really giveaways. They're competitions, folks. And whoever gets the best answer wins. So what I'm doing here is I'm scrolling through to get some questions ready. Oh, that would be mean to use those. To get some questions ready for those of you who ask questions. So bear with me just a minute as I struggle through. Cool. All right. So I've got some fun practice questions that will come up here in just a minute. So as we get into this. All right. So let's go through and take a look at what we got going here. Teacher Russell, a little confused about retirement dates for 1001, 1002. Let's start with that. So Teacher Russell's talking about the A+ examination. The current A+ exams, there's two exams, are the 220-1001 and the 220-1002. These came out in early of 2019, and I guess Teacher Russell's like a lot of other folks going, is there going to be a refresh? And there is. We do know that it's coming. I'm under non-disclosure agreement. I can't say much, but I can tell you that in my own speculation is that, first of all, CompTIA doesn't really talk about retiring of exams. What they do is they talk about when is a new exam coming out. So when a new exam comes out, there is some amount of overlap where you can take both the older and the newer exam. So the newer exams are going to be called the 220-1101 and the 220-1102. So we went from 1001, 1002 to 1101, 1102. Very clever folks here. And since nothing's been announced, I can only give you my own speculation, and that is the new exams ought to be announced for late this year is my guess, but that's all it is a guess. And then when the new Network Plus came out about a year ago, CompTIA gave a 1-year overlap, which they'd never done before. Usually it's 3 to 6 months. So you will be well into 2023, in my opinion, and still being able to take the 1001 and 1002 exams for A+. But until CompTIA says something, we got nothing, all right? So when CompTIA hasn't even announced a new exam, then you're going to take the old exam because that's all there is. Nobody's got any training materials for the 1101 or the 1102. Even after the 1101 and 1102 exams come out, as I always tell people, if possible, always take the older exam. It's been out longer, people have more familiarity with it, and you got a better chance of passing. So, Teacher Russell, should I just relax? No, don't relax. Move forward, man. 90% ready for A+, definitely do that. 70% for the 007. So, 007 is the Network Plus. So right now, the N10007 is the old exam, which will be retired at the end of June or end of July of this year in about 5 or 6 months. Five or 6 months. But the N10008 is out now. So you can literally take either the 008 or the 07 Network Plus. Since it's been out now for about 6 months, I will still stick by the old adage, when in doubt, when you have a choice, take the older exam. Again, more training material. But after about 6 months or so, we're now at a point where the 008's been around long enough that if you really wanted to take 008 training materials, which I have, you can go that route. And Dave Rush answers questions there. Eric K. just passed the 50% mark on my Core 1 on Udemy. Thank you, Mike. You're very welcome, Eric. I've discovered little Altoids. Nom, nom, nom. I have the freshest breath. YL is here. Excellent. Mike the Library Snob. Excellent, Mike the Library Snob. I sound fine. Thank you. Joe_Lumberjack. These are new names. Crystal Hamilton. I remember you. Diel de Noon. Hi. 2 o'clock. Hugh Watamite. Sounds good. Thank you. All right. I'm live. Everybody's happy. Delete Sys32. Always a good idea. Alex. Hi, all. All right. So I'd say we have enough crowd. So that we have enough crowd, I have some bad news. I'm just going to tell you guys so you can know. The bad news is, folks, is that Scott Jernigan is no longer with Total Seminars. And he has moved, I guess, has moved on to other things, and I wish him all the best. But Scott Jernigan is no longer with me after 20-some-odd years. So it's very sad to see Scott go, and I hope him all the best. But you heard it here first, folks. Brent Peterson at 2:01 p.m. How and why did you start Total Seminars? Well, I started because everybody else's training materials stunk. And I was like, I can write better training materials, and I did, and the rest, as they say, is history. Teacher Russell likes my warm flannel. Thank you. I feel warm. Crystal Hamilton, but you won't have your mascot, your cat. So, Crystal, I've never owned a cat. I was cat sitting for Jack and Margot. But no, I was just cat sitting. So if anybody has a spare cat they want to drop over and let me pet, I am not going to own any more furry animals, that's for sure. But I do enjoy them. I love dogs and cats. I get along really good with them. So there we go. Yeah, it's all the way down. What's the temperature here in Houston? It is 61 degrees. So kind of funny. Esky, good afternoon. Hey, Esker. David Mohan. David, where have you been, young man? He's going to tell me he's been here all around. Jeremy Parker, is there a job opening? I'm definitely going to be, I'm definitely going to be looking for somebody to fill the spot that Scott Jernigan left. If you're at all interested, even overseas folks, send me a resume. Yeah, totally. None of us saw it. None of us really saw it coming. It's very disappointing. Yeah, I announced Scott is gone. All of a sudden, everything gets really quiet. Yeah, I'm sad too. Let's move on. I do have some good news, or at least some fun news, before we get into. So, guys, do keep in mind you need to ask me questions, okay? Brett Peterson, is Scott on paternity leave? No. Look what I got. Nope, now I hold it upside down. I am. Where's the number? Oh. There it is. Can you read the number? It's a 380 Ti. Yeah, I finally, after, how long have these things been out now? A year? At least a year, right? And so this is my first RTX box that I've actually got my paws on. So I'm not sure what we got here. Well, I'm exactly sure what we have here. We have an RTX 3080 Ti. Yeah, we're going to have an unboxing event here at Total Seminars. I wasn't actually intending to open it, but so there's your clue if those people like their new A+ coming. When Mike starts buying all new equipment, that's a clue. I ain't saying nothing else. I have no idea how big these cards are or anything. I just haven't really had a chance to mess with them. I love the smell of fresh electronics in the morning. So this is EVGA, which is, wow. There's a lot of card here, kids. Guys, go ahead and start putting questions up there for me to answer. I just thought y'all would get a kick out of seeing a 3080. I know I am. This is literally my first RTX card that I've ever owned, and I've tried to own a bunch of them. Wow, 3 power connectors. Can you guys see that? That's impressive. Lots and lots and lots of fins. Only one HDMI connection. You're starting to see more and more of that. Let me double check the specs if there's anything particularly noteworthy about this guy. I've got how much memory? 128. 12 gigs. Does that sound low? Yeah, so 1 HDMI, 3 display ports, three 2x4 power connections. This thing's a beast. This is an animal. It's got some interesting jumper connections. I'm going to have to do some research, figure out what that's for. So anyway, folks, we have got an RTX 3080. I'm going to plug it into something here. Well, not right now, but soon. And see if we can get some specs out of this beastie. So many wonderful toys. Oh, it's a special bracket to plug it into certain chassis. All right. Anyway, so yay, I got a 3080. Not only a 3080 Ti. We're about as close to the top of the RTX line as you can get with that. We're not all the way to the top, but we're darn close. So I'm excited about that. Fun toys, yay! All right. Da-da-da-da-da. Adam from VLDL. I don't know what VLDL stands for. Loves the smell of, I do too, man. I love the smell of fresh electronics. What a smell. Exodus, the heat sink is huge on that thing. That's what I can't say it. This is 213 from Joe_Lumberjack. I was a tier 1 service desk analyst for a few years at a large bank. My old manager said that 2 to 3 years worth of experience was equivalent to having A+. Is that true? So there isn't any true or false to this. Do you understand? There's no law that determines this. In my opinion, though, yes. I would say that a person who's had 2 to 3 years of real-time technical experience would have the equivalent knowledge that would allow them to pass the A+ easily. Does it mean you have the A+? Of course not. In order to get the A+, you got to take 2 exams. But it'd be a lot of knowledge. If I knew somebody who was a level 1 tech, was it help desk? Is that what you said? Service desk analyst with 2 to 3 years experience, I would say go buy a set of practice questions, and that's about all you're going to need, and you'll be able to pass the A+. Elbow, waiting for Gigabyte to replace my RTX 2070. Oh, I'm sorry. Jared Graham at 214. Since the MSCA, MSCE exams are gone, well, are they really gone? I don't think that they are. I forget the numbers for the new cloud exams are basically the Microsoft Cloud practice certifications are the same knowledge that we used to pursue for MCSE, but it's all done on the cloud. I mean, you're still going to have a domain controller. You're still going to have those pieces there. And I would have no problem pursuing those techs if you knew that was the direction you wanted to go. If you were looking to become Microsoft admin, that type of person, yeah, those would be very well recognized. Delete Sys32. What is the difference between check disk versus SFC? So check disk, CHK-DSK, basically what check disk does is it runs through, don't lie. Check disk looks for bad clusters on rotational media drives. It does a good job at that. And it can mark off bad clusters if it sees a bad one with the check disk /F option. That's all check disk does. It checks all of the clusters on a hard drive, make sure they're good. And if they're not good, it'll mark them off so they're not on the directory structure. That's it. System File Checker is a different animal altogether. System File Checker does a lot of things simultaneously. System File Checker starts off with having a whole bunch of hashes of a lot of really critical files on your system. And when you run SFC on your system, it runs a hash against all of these known files on your system to make sure that they line up with the hashes that it has pre-stored. If it finds one that it doesn't, it pulls it from backup. Your system automatically backs up a lot of your critical files and just puts a copy of it in there. It does a few other things, but that's the big part with SFC. So SFC and check disk do completely different things to rotational media drives, and it's not at all uncommon to run both of them, at all. Teresa Reynolds, my fiance just got a 3060 for an early birthday present. See, Teresa, I need a fiance like you. You know, I don't want, I don't want a tie, but I'll take a 3060. Yeah, I mean, I got this 3080, but I got a lot of computers, man. Delete Sys32. Also, A+ or CCNA. Two totally different things. If you're going to me, an A+ is something somebody who's just starting in the business should go for. Mainly because you don't know where you want to be going. To me, the holy trinity of A+, Network Plus, and Security Plus, all by CompTIA, are a great way for people to get started. Folks, I don't owe CompTIA money. If I wanted to, I could write books on other topics. I talk about this because CompTIA does a good job, okay? And they're well recognized, A+, Net Plus, Security Plus, and you're in good shape. Now, if you want to become a networking person of any form, you're going to want to pick up some Cisco certs, because if you want to work on networks in today's society, you've got to be a Cisco guy. You need to understand at least enough iOS so you don't make a fool out of yourself when you're trying to get into a Cisco router, switch, access point, or whatever type of device you might want. Yeah. Wilson Kunzwana. Hey, Wilson, good to see you again. Viva La Dirt League, a New Zealand comedy troupe. I got to check this out. I'm looking up Viva La Dirt League. What's happening here? There you go. I'll subscribe to it. I'll check this out in my copious spare time. I hope you haven't got me going into something weird here. Okay. All right. What do we got here? Sahil, good to see you again. Through 217, K Wheat 000. Do you sell the A+ practice exams on your site? We sell our A+ practice exams. Many people sell practice exams for the A+. I think we're the best and we're the cheapest. And speaking of, on our site today, hold on, I want to get this. Let's get this right. Okay, so just because you're nice enough to show up here, we sell combinations of books and practice questions. We call these e-bundles together at 50% off. So if you want to take advantage of this, head over to our website, www.totalsem.com. Head on over there, go into our merchant area, and let's say you're interested in A+. Or let's say you're interested in Network Plus. They all work the same. Network Plus, pick an ebook, okay? Put that in your cart, and then pick the Network Plus practice questions, Total Tester, and when you put those in there in your cart and use the checkout phrase TAPE, T-A-P-E, TAPE. So when you're checking out, where you put in the coupon code, type in T-A-P-E, and you get it 50% off. This is for any of our products. If you get the ebook and practice questions, you get 50% off. And yes, we're giving away practice questions here today as well. Hey, JM, good to see you again. So JM, you got me in trouble because you were the one who started the question about dynamic routing and got me into a 2.5 week mess, which I never really got out of all the way. So JM, I never really, honest to God, I never even really got to answer your routing question, I don't think, because I got all into making OpenSense run. Anyway, JM, if you want to repeat your routing question, I will get to it on a more timely basis. So CH is curious, what else does he want to go for? Certified ethical hacker, there's nothing wrong with that. But I got to tell you, CYSA Plus and CASP are becoming by CompTIA. And again, guys, I have no motivation for pushing CompTIA products. Well, I mean, I make products, but they're just that good. I feel very happy and proud of what I do for a living. Yeah, Cyber Vista exam prep. JM, EC Council is really expensive. And it's a lot more expensive than the CompTIA Pen Test Plus, and many people consider it easier than the Pen Test Plus. But you have all the stuff you need to pass your Certified Ethical Hacker, as long as you have the EC Council books and labs, which I see you do, so you're good. MJ is here, 2:20. What time is it already? 2:26, time's half over. Delete Sys32, thank you for answering. That's what I'm here for, man. Teresa Reynolds, LOL. CCNA is good to pursue after Net Plus, not against that at all. Crystal Hamilton, you guys are all just talking. Trey Dilla, we got lots of new names. Everybody's here to get a free CompTIA voucher, no doubt, which is why we do what we do. Trey Dilla, just got the A+ courses on Udemy. Really enjoyed. Excellent. Good to have you. Oh, God, Dave Rush, what is the current Security Plus exam? Because somebody just said 601, but that doesn't sound right. I can never remember. Oh, it is 601. Huh. All right, let's get back to the question then. I don't know. So, can you suggest a path? Okay, so here's the path. You need 3 things in order to pass any certification. In fact, this isn't even just IT certification. This is any form of certification. You need some kind of training, either instructor-led training or videos. Number 2, you need a book. I like books. I find them to be an excellent resource, something for me to look into as I'm checking things. And third, you need practice questions. So those are the 3 things you need. Now, you say to me, give me a path. Your path, number 1, is get all 3 of those. It doesn't matter where you get them. Heck, you don't even have to use mine if you don't want, but get somebody's. And then you're going to have to make a choice. Most people like to watch a video, and then they'll read a book on a chapter-by-chapter basis, and then they do practice questions at the ends of chapters. My practice questions are designed to do that. You might want to consider that, but what's important here is that everybody is different. I can't tell you how to study because I don't know you. Maybe you love to read and you'll never watch a video, or maybe you're a kinesthetic. I can't answer that question, but what I can tell you is that the people who buy instructor-led training or videos, a book, and practice questions have very, very high pass rates on their first attempts, on everything. Tech Guy, Mike, are you on Twitter? I am not. You'd be hard-pressed to find me on much. I'm on LinkedIn. Total Seminars has a weird Facebook page. But I generally avoid social media. However, I am on Discord. We have a Discord channel. If you're interested in hanging out with your brother and sister nerds, we have a wonderful Discord channel. Dave will put a post up for it. Please come join us. We've got hundreds of people who are in there now. It's a great resource for working together to get questions answered. And every day after I can't do it today, but most days after the training, like we're doing today, I will jump on the Discord. So usually Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, usually around, 3:15 Texas time. After this is done, people jump on. Even if me or Dave aren't there or Andrew aren't there, we have wonderful folks in here who are posting and are who show up all the time. Wonderful people, and you're in good shape. Somali, I wanted to buy Raspberry Pi Model 4, and my question is, can I install VirtualBox and install virtual machines? Somali, I'll let Dave Rush answer that because I don't have a clue. Tech guy, one would use SFC over check disk or boot rec. Let's stick with check disk for a minute. I tend to use them both. I use check disk when I think that I've got a bad cluster. And I run that all the time, check disk. And then I run SFC if I think I have corrupted files. And when I'm not sure, I run both. And the nice thing, Tech Guy, is you can run any of those and you won't break your computer. Do you understand? If you run check disk and there's nothing wrong, you're okay. It's not hurting anything. So I tend to run these types of tools a lot, especially when I think there's something wrong. They're getting a disk read error on a system. I get a system that locks up, especially if it keeps locking up the same place all the time. I'm going to worry about either a corrupted file because it's sitting in a bad spot on a drive, or just a corrupted file in and of itself, even if it's on a good spot. And these will take care of it. Tom Pinkerton, do you ever not have a tin of Altoids next to you? All the time. Most of the time, Tom, I have two. There's another one in my back pocket. JM, do you like using Backtrack or is it too outdated? Oh, is Backtrack that, I don't even remember what it is. Hang on. Oh, so many people. Does this do cloud? Oh. Backtrack is the old name. Backtrack. Oh my God, you got me on that one. I'd forgotten that Backtrack was the old name for Kali Linux. So I still use Kali. The reason I like to use Kali Linux isn't because there's anything particularly special about Kali. It's just that everything's already on that distro. 99.99% of the pen test stuff I want to do already has these toys on there. Yeah, and Kali has a lot of junk on it you'll never use, but it's convenient. So that's the main reason. JM, what building is that behind you? Oh, I have no idea. Some building. All right, looks like everybody's got the answers question. Let's go ahead and have our first quick competition. So what we're about to do now, folks, is, this is a good, easy one that popped up. We're about to have a competition. Before we get started, let me explain this. I'm going to post a multiple choice question up on the screen, and then whoever answers it first wins. Do not type in A, B, C, or D. Do you understand? You have to type the answer out, and enough of the answer so I know what you're talking about. The first person who posts what I visualize as the correct answer wins. Just because you think you're the first person, that does not mean you are. I see a different order than you do. Try to be fair on this, but we do the best we can. All right? So, and also, if you're somebody who wins a lot, I'm going to skip you because my buddy David Mohan can explain all that to you. Okay, so you guys ready? Let us begin. This is actually a pretty straightforward first question. And I think we've got it right. Yeah. You guys ready? Here we go. First one. If a network administrator wanted to block all trivial FTP traffic, which default port would need to be disabled? These are your choices. Write down which port needs to be disabled to block all TFTP. And I'm going to just wait here for a moment and give you guys a chance to write out an answer. So let me see what we got going here. Sorry, got that in the way. All right. Looks like we have lots of people who wrote the answers. All right, first off, let's get the right answer. I'm almost 100% sure the answer is 69. Check your answer. The answer is correct. Oh, by the way, new people, this interface, this is the Mike Meyers practice questions. So the answer is 69. All right, so I got a bunch of ringers who are playing. We have to stop those ringers. Sorry, David. Always good to see you. Okay, so who am I going to choose here? David Mohan, you wacky kid. Tom Pinkerton, isn't Tom Pinkerton? All right. Okay, there we go. So the winner is Tom Pinkerton. Congratulations to you, Tom. You are the winner of today's free, this is 90-day free access to any practice questions that Total Seminars has. So let me show you how to get your prize here. Oh, shoot. Okay. Doggone it. That's disappointing. All right, so I've lost my switcher. Oh, well. Anyway, the bottom line here, folks, is that Tom Pinkerton, in order to claim your prize, you have to send an email. You have to send an email to Dave Rush. That's daver@totalsem.com. And in that email, in the body of the email, give us a return email address. And also in the body of the email, tell us which exam you want. So you're giving you free 90-day access. And then be sure to email that to daver@totalsem.com. Dave will put all this up so you can look at it. And congratulations to you. All right. And Dave has posted all the information of how to claim your prize. It's right there in the chat window. Dave posted it at 2:36. That question was way too easy. Even David Mohan's laughing at me. Mr. S, so are we at Total Seminars? We are. This is actually, I just picked an arbitrary extra office that wasn't being used. This is a temporary setup. We're going to have a bigger stage set up here in the next week. So, but this week, today and on Wednesday, I'm going to be right here. So that is how it's going to work here for a little bit, kids, at least. All right. How are we doing on time? Guys, if you've been watching my show for a while, this is all my original equipment. I've brought everything back that was in my home is here. So this is Inland brand. See, these are real popular with Micro Center. It's the only place I see this brand, Inland. I don't think they're a Micro Center brand. I just think Micro Center likes this brand. It's a great little keyboard. It's heavy. It's really heavy too. I like it. And it makes clickety-clackety noises. How can you not like that? The bearded IT dad. Did I get it first and just pass? Probably. Andrew Hutz. Mike, why did you skip my question about 3080 Ti's for all Total Sem employees? Oh, Andrew, you're hilarious. Tech Guy at 2:38. Thanks for all your hard work, Mike. I have to get back to my studies for my second A+ exam tomorrow. Dude, go study. Then I'll be purchasing your network plus for my unit after. All right, Tech Guy, congratulations to you. Good luck, man. Let us know how it turns out for you. All right, questions are getting pretty quiet here. So, Esky, for anyone who is new like me, here is an info. Ooh, Esky's providing a little instruction. Esky, nothing wrong with that. Always good stuff. All right, so, well, we might have just a slightly shorter day today. It's not a big deal, but we are still giving away a voucher. Let me queue up a little bit more challenging a question. All right, I got it. I've got an interesting question. So guys, if you have questions, please put them up, put them now, because if we're having a quiet day, that's okay. But after I give away this voucher, I'm going to wrap it up. So if you have a question, let me know. Which is more secure, TFTP or FTP? FTP, but not by a lot. KWheat000. So I scheduled my exams today for the beginning of April. So you scheduled today, but you scheduled your exams for early April. I scheduled them 2.5 hours apart. Should I reschedule for my second one? I would. I think taking your test 2.5 hours apart is not a great idea. I mean, so obviously we're talking about A+, first of all. So I like to take one exam and immediately take the next one. Or if I'm going to take a break, give me like a 5-minute break, go to the bathroom, whatever. But 2.5 hours is too much break in between. Because, I mean, knock on wood, but what if you fail the first exam, which happens sometimes? So you fail the first exam, now you got 2.5 hours to just sit there. You know what I mean? Or maybe you pass, like most people do, and you feel great for 2.5 hours. Then you go out and drink too much beer, and then you come back and you're no good. I don't know. I would take them closer together. JM says, JM disagrees with me. He'd say I wouldn't take 2 exams in one day. I always like getting it knocked out, but that's just me. Guys, okay, so one of the things I need to stress to y'all is I'm glad to talk about, break, fix, and troubleshooting and stuff, but keep in mind, most of those types of questions would probably be handled better in the Discord channel, especially if you got a camera and a microphone and a headset so you can talk to people. We got a lot of good techs who are on there with the cameras up and everything. So they're wonderful folks. They're not, Andre is scary, but everybody else is pretty cool. And they're all very, very helpful. David Mohan, how many attempts would you take an exam before stopping? Anybody who fails an exam twice using my training materials, you have a study issue, and we'd have to talk about that on a personalized basis, which I'm glad to do. I have met people who have failed the A+ 4 times, and that was way too many. Something's broken. If you're failing something, if you fail something twice, you need to consider something more than your study. Something else is going wrong. And I've seen dyslexia, I've seen all kinds of issues that come into play. Language skills come into play. The CompTIA exams are given in many, many different languages. And so many people are like, I'll just take it in English, and then they have trouble. So everybody is different. Will Shaw, here you go. Will, I'm going to have to, I'm sorry, buddy. Will, I'm going to have to skip that for right now. Well, cannot get into my router web interface via its IP. Recently changed the DHCP range of X.10 to X.254. So when you say you change the DHCP range to whatever .10 to whatever .254, Will Shaw, my quick answer is going to be, have you typed everything in right? And is the DHCP range that you're passing out, does that correspond with the LAN side of your router? So if your router is passing out 192.1, if the LAN side of your router's IP address is 192.168.1.1, are you then going into DHCP and passing out 192.168, 40.10 to 192.168, 40.254? If you're doing that, you're telling DHCP to pass out an IP address that doesn't even work in your network ID, which is 192.168.1. These are the type of simple mistakes people make all the time. And the other thing I'm going to teach you is go get a paper clip, because you're probably going to have to reset that to factory defaults and start over. We've all been there 100 times. It's not that big of a deal, but turn that sucker do a hard reset. There's going to be a reset button in there somewhere. Usually use a paper clip. Make sure there's no RJ45s plugged in. Keep it open. Hold down the button for 30 seconds. At the end of 30 seconds, get somebody to unplug it and then plug it back in while you're holding that down. And that pretty much factory resets almost everything there is. Man, all you guys are nervous about not taking them at the same time. It's really up to you. So it takes 175 minutes to take the A+. I don't think that's right. It's 90 minutes, I'm pretty sure. Dave Rush, can you double check me on that? Oh, somebody being naughty here. Sorry, guys. Whenever you see me look to the side as I'm double checking things. All right. Caden Coolidge, isn't there something called the 30-30-30 rule? Yes, I basically gave you the Mike Meyers version of the 30-30-30 rule. Bearded IT guy, what's on the board for you? Know what really grinds my gears? What's on? Oh, no grind. No gears grinding today. I'm happy. Mr. S, do you have a Security Plus program with all videos and tests and other stuff included? Yes. Is it self-paced? Yes. All my courses are self-paced, unless it's instructor-led. I mean, that would be the only time. All right, guys, it looks like kind of wrapping up on questions. Let's go ahead and give away a CompTIA voucher. So let me explain something. Number one, we're about to give away a CompTIA voucher that you can use for any CompTIA exam. There's supposed to be a problem with CYSA, but I can't tell what it is. This is an international voucher. So if you're in South Africa, you are welcome to compete. It works in South Africa as well as it works in South Carolina. If you live in a country where you can take a CompTIA exam, you're in. You're golden. This is not a fair competition, folks. Number one, we're going to do it the same way we just did the other competition. We'll see who's first. I give new people get a better chance to win vouchers than people who've been around for a while. So if you're a person who's been around for a while, you're welcome to compete, but Dave Rush literally keeps a list of everybody who's won a voucher. And if you've already won a voucher, you're probably not going to win, because I'm doing this because I want more people to show up. And we have had people who've won vouchers twice, but it doesn't happen a lot. So these are the criteria, folks. So with that attitude in mind, let's go ahead and do our multiple choice question that we're going to get a CompTIA voucher from. All right. Which of the following limits the number of devices that can be assigned IP addresses by DHCP? Is it the least that limits the number of devices, the DNS setting, the scope, or the reservation? So I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm not a huge, I don't know how much I like this question, to be honest with you. Does that work? Is that working? There it is. There I am. Hi. The problem I don't like this question is I could argue more than one of these would limit the number of devices. However, I think I have a feeling what they're trying to say here. So I'm going to give folks lots of opportunities to get their questions up. All right. So I'm pretty sure the answer is going to be the scope, because that's what a scope is all about. Your current answer is C is correct. Yay. Now the problem I have with this question, folks, is this one, is reservation. I could argue that the reservation would limit the number of devices because you set your scope to go 192.168.3.10 to 192.168.3.254. But then within that scope, you have reservations that set aside IP addresses. But this is also a very good question because in the world of CompTIA, when you see hoof prints, think horses, not zebras. The answer is scope. So let's see how folks did on that. Do we have any obvious winners? Andrew, Dave, I need your help, man. Oh, God, that's beautiful. Hold on. Okay. So the winner is going to be Tom, thank you for passing, by the way, is YL. YL, you are the winner. Congratulations to you. Scope is the right answer. YL, in order to get your prize, YL, in order to get your prize, you're going to have to jump through a couple of hoops. Now, Dave's going to post all this in the chat window, but I'm going to tell you. YL, number one, you need to send an email to DAVER, D-A-V-E-R, at totalsem.com, TOTALSEM.com. In this email, you need to send your YouTube name, however so it'll be YL, put that in there. Oh, geez, Dave's going to have to, you have to put your email address. You have to put your formal name like you're writing a check or signing a contract. You have to put exactly which test you want to take. You have to say what country you're in, and you have to say what country you would take the test in. Again, Dave Rush will put all this up on the chat window for you. So, YL, you can answer all this, but you absolutely have to do this. And folks, it takes a couple of weeks to do this. These are being given away by CompTIA, not us. So thank you to CompTIA for doing this giveaway for these wonderful vouchers, which is just a great opportunity for folks. And so YL, all you got to do is check at 251, and you will see all the settings for those. Yeah, it shows all that stuff. JM asks a question at 251. Okay, first of all, Teacher Russell, that scope question leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Jocularity. All right, it's not a trick question at all. Where was it? JM, if the scope is already limited by the reservations, the scope is not limited by the reservations. I would say the reservations would be limited by the scope. If you have a scope, of all of the 192.168.8 addresses, you can't reserve outside of that scope. So I would say that the reservations are limited by the scope. Everyone else would get an APIPA address, right? JMC, I'm going to write this question for you better. Here, you ready? Here, Mike, if we run out of addresses, do we go to APIPA? Yes, but you probably won't. Other things happen before that. Yeah, anyway, so congratulations to you, YL. Well done. Folks, do keep in mind that we give away practice questions and a CompTIA voucher every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I'll be back on Wednesday, once again, giving away a voucher as well as practice questions and 50% discount on bundles of books and practice questions, as well as answering all your questions about CompTIA as well as other certifications. What a deal. By Grapthar's Hammer. What a deal. Yes, I saw Galaxy Quest for the first time in years. What a funny movie. I loved it. Ann McKee. Mike, I did my CompTIA A+, just got entry-level help desk job. I am nervous starting. Did you work in help desk yourself? I did. What are you nervous about, Ann? Telling somebody the wrong thing? Everybody tells stuff the wrong thing. The more you learn about technology, the more you're going to discover that you're surrounded by technologists who don't know diddly. If you have a 70% chance of being right, go for it. Trust your knowledgeware that's helping you answer questions for the customers, and you'll be fine. It is better to ask for forgiveness and permission. Eski, is the A+ certification passport book different from the original A+ book? Is it different? It's the same text. It's cut down a lot less description and things like that. Passport books are designed for people who already know their stuff. They just want to know like what's on the test. Yeah. All right, guys, let's go ahead and wrap it up early. First of all, congratulations to our winners today. If you didn't win, come on back. And we'll see you on Wednesday. Dave Rush does his AMA on Fridays. Dave Rush, D-R-A-M-A, or drama. We very much invite you to join those as well. Watch this little setup. We got this. And then on Wednesday, you're going to see me like this again. And then hopefully next Wednesday, we'll at least have phase 1 of the new studio setup for you guys so that you can enjoy all that stuff. And again, congratulations to our winners. I will not be able to get on Discord today. I am just buried with stuff, but I will see you guys on Wednesday. Until then, bye-bye, and y'all be good. Bye.